Hi, this is Miss Anna-Thea, and I am so excited because I have Miss Jada Fire here with me, and she has been through a spiritual, emotional, love whirlwind that we have to share. And it's all about transcendence and your aliveness. Jada, I'm going to pass it on to you.
Hi, Miss Anna-Thea. Yeah, Anna and I, gosh, I'm just going to give our listeners a little background. Anna and I have known each other for decades. We came together in Las Vegas and opened a studio together called Studio Open back in like 2001 or two.
It was
And it was
2003.
an
It was
epic,
2003. It was
it
actually
was 2003.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my
And I
mother
remember.
passed when this, okay, I'm interrupting you, but because my mother went through a portal the night we opened Studio Open.
Right,
So that
absolutely. And
adds to
so,
this whole thing we're going to be talking about.
absolutely. And so, what we're talking about here, friends, is Anna and I have been on very deep spiritual journeys for a long time. And I feel with what's been going on in our lives, myself having a very big transformation, my heart, my whole mind, body, and soul being obliterated with the loss of a dream mate, soulmate, loved one. My beautiful Trent Bradley DeRay, Tukai Munai Niak, his spirit name, the power of the heart. Trent and I, we knew each other for almost 3 years, and we're very good friends before we fell in love. We fell in love building and creating and built a beautiful yurt in the forest together to hold like a temple space for teachings, for yoga and dance and ceremonies and so many beautiful community connections, homeschool programs, men's circles, like just totally fell in love in this process. So this incredible luminous warrior has journeyed, and as Anna and I have been saying, he's transcended to his heavenly realm. And with that, Anna knew Trent because she is an incredible astrologer, among many other gifts in the spiritual realm of healing arts. And she and I have always gone back and forth with our knowledge and teachings and insights, and we've helped each other through so many chapters of our life. And Anna has done readings on our charts together and was really there to witness us bond early on in the magic of our love. And now that this transcendence has happened, I have been like fully hollowed out. Whoever I was, I'm no longer. My energy body's changed. It's been everything from just the raw depth of shock and pain to the transmutation into tracking the miracle in it. And part of the reason why I wanted to have this call with Anna is because she and I have been holding each other the last few weeks and soundboarding and listening to the signs. And I think, whoever's listening will know a sign is a sign when it speaks to you, whether that comes in a number or an animal card or a passing vehicle or a feeling. There's so many signs and so many whispers from our ancestors and our loved ones who've journeyed. And actually, Anna, um, would you read that passage on the angels that we just touched on? I feel
This,
like
my
this is
sister
going to
gave,
be helpful.
yeah, my sister gave me this. So, but Jade and I are both into numerology. I'm an astrologer, but of course, with astrology comes numerology. There's just it all, because there's the degrees of planets and whatnot. So I'm always paying attention to the numbers that show up during the day and talking to me. 1111, I stop, breathe into it, call in illumination. But Jada, I forget even what we were texting, Jada, but I texted at 4:40 and she responded at 4:44. And that's when I noticed it, when I saw the 4:44. And so here it is from this book. There are angels. They're everywhere around you. You are completely loved, supported, and guided by many
Mhm.
heavenly beings, and you have nothing to fear.
Yeah.
So I love
And
it.
I love that too. And I think the way I understand fours, and maybe this is like Tukai talking, he talks to me all day. So call me crazy. I'm going to call myself connected. I'm going to share what's coming through. Um, yeah, I've actually felt so alive in some ways in my life with the loss of such a deep love because
Yeah.
this connection through the angelic realm is very strong. And I don't know if that strength and connection is a forever aspect, but I do know the soul and love is eternal. So I'm just really loving the messages and the communication. And what I'm hearing is that four is about family, order, discipline, and devotion. And that was what he lived. That is what he lives for, is to provide that family order, new family constructs of peace. We've done podcasts, he and I, on that topic, really just trying to harmonize and weave in the love from all the broken pieces, like life's a radical journey and we go through a lot of change. And some of us have spiritual awakenings, some of us, you know, might feel locked or blocked in our energy body. I know a lot of people I work with sometimes just they say they don't know how to cry, right? And I think you can, Anna and I can say we probably cry every day. Like there's so much emotion that's moving through us, and that's because we do the breath work and we listen and we have a very strong relationship with prayer. And when I say prayer, I am speaking to God and I'm speaking to the goddess. And I really want to bring that forward because that message came in very strong the other day through Trent, is harmonizing and attuning and bringing in the unity of the masculine and the feminine through God and through goddess. Yeah. So I have a son who's found God and his own way, his own path in the last 8 months or so. And I've been very much attuned to the medicine and the healing of the goddess. So it's a really beautiful time to bring all of our teachings together and to realize that there is no separateness. And then when I talked with Anna, she had mentioned this piece around the axis of heaven and earth. And so I would like you to speak to that, Anna,
Well, it's
if you
interesting. I
can.
want to dial back because as you're speaking, all kinds of information is coming in on my end. When you had me
Yeah.
read 444, or Trent did, and Tukai. So Trent and Tukai, so there our listeners know Trent and Tukai is the same person. That's his spirit name. And Trent is his birth name, I guess you would call it, right? And what Jada and I are kind of doing is trend setting, transcendence. And so, really supporting this idea that when another person leaves us, that it's a lot of pain, but there's a lot of magical, mystical energy running through the person that's grieving. And I'm just witnessing that with you, Jada. And I had that with my own experience when I was 39 and my husband died. And so it's really neat for us to be able to speak this same lingo, and be trend
Yeah.
senders for a new way of leaving the body. But getting back to
Yeah.
what you said about the four, it's so wild because when I look at your astrology and his, you both have Mars in Cancer. And that's Mars, the warrior, Cancer, the feminine. So it's balancing the masculine and the feminine, okay? You have Mars in Cancer. Trent has Mars in Cancer. And I have Mars in Cancer. I mean, just the
So
fact that
we're all warriors of love.
yes, of that nurturing energy, and it's also a powerful energy for non-traditional ways of being because it's the warrior, but it's in a soft sign, So in other astrologies, it's called in detriment, but it's really a beautiful, powerful. It's a emotionally protective energy. It's the protector,
Mhm.
but also you
Mhm.
said 444. Cancer is the fourth house in the wheel on a natal chart. So it's like
Okay.
it's amazing how everything just kind of slides in. And
Yeah.
without going into detail on the astrology, the portals, we all come in. There's basically 12 signs, 6 different portals. These are the North Node and the South Node. And One portal is the portal, and these are soul imprints of what we're actually learning. One is the soul, the portal, and they're polarities. One is the portal for it's the relationship portal. The other one is the sex, power, and money portal. The other one is the teacher portal. The other one is home and hearth and conquering the world. The polarity of that, I'm not ready yet. That's the Cancer Capricorn portal. The Leo Aquarius portal is does my unique gift fit into society and the whole world, my friends and family, not so much family, but friends. And then the last one, which is where we're at right now, is the Virgo Pisces portal. And I call this one the heaven and earth portal. And he basically passed between the eclipse. This is amazing. I mean, I haven't done all the connections, but Mars in Cancer was definitely one of the key roles that was playing out as the cosmos moved through its time, and lock and key and portals aligned where this happened, where this incident happened, and caused this monumental shift in your life and in the ending of his,
Or the beginning of
Well,
his.
that's what we learn in astrology too, is a person's we don't even want to use the word, but basically when a person transcends, and this is what we want to really support, is people learning. I mean, we got into these bodies, how are we going to get out? And so that we're trend setting transcendence, a way of leaving our body more consciously. And so what was I have too much air in my astrology. What was your question of,
It's good I have a lot of fire and earth. My question, yeah, actually, just for the listeners, like the reason I really wanted to bring this call forward is also for, the family and the friends that like are asking themselves right now, like, what is a portal? Right?
Mm,
Like to give some basics around this language. I mean, Anna, you and I have been co-facilitating and teaching and bringing these teachings and wisdoms that have come through us to our communities for a long time. And I do remember there was a circle many years ago that a woman had said, I just don't understand all the language, right? And so
mm,
I think it'll be good for us to, yeah, kind of um, simplify where we can, because it is a lot, and there is this like expansion, contraction. That's like the in breath, the out breath, right? The
mhm.
inhale, the exhale. And language is it's a modality of connection, right? Communication. But what would you say like even a portal is, right? Like
So with the portal that we come in on, I'm realizing is a time and space opening for the soul to slide in direct accordance to what the soul needs to learn to evolve.
yeah.
And so they come in on different portals. The one is the relationship portal. The other one learning is about sex, power, and money. The other one about, so different, there's 6 different types and they can be reversed. But when we understand, and my portal is heaven and earth.
Yeah.
What is your
Yeah.
portal? Um,
Ooh.
your portal is the relationship portal. Yeah, Aries, Libra, self and other.
And so my experience in this transcendence has been creating a new relationship with the divine, with spirit, with source. So much so that even yesterday I was on my phone and going through all the photographs and just like recalling all the memories, And I found it interesting because I was like, oh, wow, like in the last 8 months, he was so busy doing so much else that there weren't like a whole lot of photographs of us like together in the last 8 months or so. And I had this aha moment where I was like, well, actually, I feel like he's more with me now than he was in the physical. Right. So it's like, it's this, and looking at photographs, I mean, this beautiful man, this warrior, I look and see his eyes and I remember his beauty and his strength. And then I say to myself, well, that's not you anymore. Like you've evolved, you've changed. And so I'm getting used to this relationship with like spirit, the sun, the fire, the wind, the deep quiet, the listening, like those deep low belly
Mhm.
cries that I like feel like I can't get back up. And then it's like he's right there. And so it's almost like he's everywhere, this new relationship. And I would love to be able to help you out there, the people listening that might want to tap into that ascension, that connection, that miracle, right? Because miracles are only real when you believe in miracles, right? And I feel like I'm really tapped in to the miracle of knowing and feeling his aliveness in this new place he's transcended to. Um, yeah, and it's wild to talk about these things because, I mean, who's talking about this?
Exactly. Well, what I say is also, so, I'd say the woman is the innie, the man is the outie. You had a very deep, intimate relationship with him. So you being the innie, you took him in, you held him in love. You guys had this love vibration, and then he transcended. So what I see, and you use the word hollowing. You're very much the earth goddess, right? And I'm more the sky heavenly goddess. And so it's like you got catapulted up and through to the heavens, and it's just like this total alchemy within your body. And you're the queen of clubs in the destiny card system. And the Queen of Clubs is the queen of intuition. So you already had these intuitive faculties, but it's like you got catapulted into this higher frequency. And like you said, you didn't even eat for 10 days because you were in you were connected there. And so this
Mm.
has been truly, and I've witnessed it with you, and it's so powerful and so beautiful. Um, you are going through a rite of passage. Your life will never be the same again.
And it's like coming to that radical acceptance of like, okay, it won't be. And I
Yeah,
can't go back, and
yeah.
nobody can, right? So, am I going to sit in the suffering and in the grief and the sorrow and the pain and let myself be enveloped there? No, no, because he won't let me. And thank God, thank God he is so strong to
Oh man.
move me. I haven't canceled one class since he transcended because every time I try, it's like he kicks me out the door. And then he shows up and he's holding the space and he's giving me language and words and inspiration and hope and healing and I just trust that, right? It's like a new inner compass. And yeah, very much so. I thank you for speaking to that about, me going up. I actually so much so was able to and still can. When I open my sacred space, when I do my meditation and my breath work, which are also tools I want to be able to share with others. So we'll go there later. But when I open my sacred space and I feel where he is, he shows me what it's like. And he is truly surrounded by the most beautiful, brilliant company. Like
Mm.
the energetic field that he is with, he is co-creating and dream weaving and wanting to participate in our middle world from this upper world. And those of us who have our hearts open and our vessels open to believe and to receive can co-create with
That's key.
source, with
That is
angels.
key right there. I
That's the
want you
key.
please repeat that because this is so important. People get stuck in the mud, and it's so, it's a tough world out there, dog eat dog world, right? But that's so beautiful, just staying open. And that's what I've seen with you, Jada. This has cracked you open, and it doesn't mean you're like numbing out and you're not feeling the darker feelings. You are.
Oh, oh yeah.
Yeah. But I
Yeah, I mean
think,
the night just waking up feeling like I'm going to throw up in the middle of the night, right? To, finally like the last few days like really getting so rooted again and remembering like this is my home. I am in my physical body. I am here to do this earth walk and to connect with spirit and to be of service. And when I say service, I'm speaking to the power of the heart, like almost amplified now, where it's like the work has always been about love. Love is the medicine. Love is the cure all. Love is the greatest gift of all. It's the transmuter of everything, right? We want to and can come back to love no matter what. And I just want to use this word again, transmutation. It's a word that I know very intimately through shamanic healing practices. Trent Tukai as well knows the work. He's doing it on a epic universal scale now. And it's the art of, like an alchemist would turn base metals into gold. The transmutation is to track where this density is, this heavy sorrow, this grief, this pain, this guilt, this like depression, and transmute that. One of the ways we do that is through a fire ceremony. So, thankfully, we have one coming up in his honor in days to come, and that'll be an opportunity for all those who are there to really, he's already liberated. I see where he is. He's like, he wants us to have a taste and a feel of that freedom where there is justice. Like we don't have to go to courtrooms. We go higher. We go to the eagle spirit. We go to great spirit. We go above and beyond. And tapping into source medicine and our angels is going to give us the hope that actually there is a bigger God, there is a bigger spirit, there is a bigger source that wants to co-create with us. And having that relationship, it's almost an invitation. So as much as it's been a heartbreak, it's also been an invitation to have a breakthrough and to realize, I mean, I've so much been in the last few days, like in a timeless space. Like I'm like, time almost doesn't exist for me. Then I'm like reminded, like, oh, right, I am still here. I'm still working in this timeline. But he has completely obliterated my fear of death.
Well,
Like,
and that's what I feel like if you do the shamanic work, if you do it work, do you work your shadow, that's your vessel, is your vessel of your karma, and you work your
yeah,
shadow, you can consciously transcend, and it's no longer
yeah,
the D word or any other word. It's really transcending, leaving your body when you're ready
yeah,
to let go of your body, you know?
yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I think for our listeners out there, one of the cards I pulled for the call is the wild dog with the big ears. And I feel like this is all about the listening with your ears.
Mm.
And on that note, yeah, he wants me to talk about this right now. So I'm just going to give him a plug. We're still co-creating. Like he talks to me and I journal and I write and I look at the calendar. We looked at the calendar yesterday and put things down. And he has this program he wants to roll out. And it's we have this funny one of the last things he said on the land, and my friend Amy was there and some friends, we were prepping for the medicine wheel, and he said, was laughing because I had all these things, move this and earth keeping and get ready, prep the fires. And he was laughing and he said, when in the medicine wheel teachings, there's a saying in the North, when spirit calls, I answer. And when I call, spirit answers. And so that day he said to my friend Amy, when Jada calls, I answer. And we were laughing about it, right? So now that things have transcended, I'm laughing again because I say, when Trent calls, I answer, right? So it is a reciprocity, a relationship of listening to each other. And so on that note, what he brought through the other day, which was really, he was like, all right, let's go higher, get out of the anger, get out of the what we're feeling. And he sent me this message about get clear to hear challenge, a
Mm.
get clear to hear challenge. So that's one of the new offerings that's coming up in May. And it's basically, he calls it a 30-day challenge. I call it a journey. But it's a way to come into the breath work every day. open up grounding cords, open your vessel. I guide the breath work. I take you through the channel of what I'm receiving, what I'm hearing, what's coming through, um, the laughter, the tears, the movement, connecting to source. And yeah, more on that later, but he wants us to hear. And so sometimes when we are not able to hear spirit or our angels or our loved ones who have passed, um, sometimes we do have that like dead end energy. Like I don't feel, I don't hear, I don't know. And I believe that we all have the skills to do this, hearing and listening. And it just takes practice, right? Just like anything in life, mastering martial arts and any modality you take up is practice and practice and practice. And actually, he transcended out in the south of the medicine wheel. And the homework that we have as you go journey from the south to the west is to do your breath work every single day and you don't miss it. So he's like, let's go, is what he's saying. Like, let's go, let's do this. And those who want to breathe, yeah, with us and together, we can tap into that and we can, I mean, I'm doing it anyway. So it's like jump on the magic carpet ride or not, but it's, this is where I'm at. This is where my
And
life
I would,
is.
yeah,
And
no,
I'm
you
listening.
got to ride Jada's train. That 30-day challenge is going to be amazing. I can just imagine. Okay, I want to know, I want you to answer. I know because I've been doing breath work every morning for years.
Okay.
Why do breath work? What the heck? What's breath work all about? What,
Cool. Great question,
Yeah.
Anna-Thea. So the breath work, there's so many modalities to breath work. Sometimes when we don't even know we even have a breath. I mean, I've guided children through breath practices where this aha moment is like, oh, there's actually this life force that comes in and fills up my vessel, and then it's gone, and then it's back, and then it's gone.
Wow.
So it's this like fascinating like fundamental connection relationship, physical body, life force, um prana, life force, chi, energy in the body. Now what we do with that breath can look like a million different ways. It's a dance, it's a choreography, it's a system, it's none of that, it's all of that. The breath work that I like to do is to light up all my energy centers. And when I say the energy centers, do you remember in school when you took art class and you learned about the color wheel? Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. I mean, talk about elementary fundamental teachings. I learned that in second grade. Okay, so now I'm 47 and I've been listening and attuning and sharpening my energy body through the chakras. Well, let's look at the chakras. The root is red, the sacral is orange, the solar plexus is yellow, the heart is green, the throat chakra is blue, intuition indigo, and then violet. Roy G. Biv. There's the rainbow. It's right inside of you.
Oh my God.
Rainbow luminous warriors, right? It's like we don't have to go outside to get the things that we are looking for. It's all in here. Okay. And it's fun when you start to move and get to know your body, your rainbow body. You start to light up all your energy centers. So naturally in all the work I share and Anna shares in her work, we're always talking about the chakras. So much so, I had a funny conversation with some friends a few months ago, and it was like this intense financial conversation. And what my friend's husband says, you know what, Jada doesn't understand all this stuff, but she knows the chakras. And I had to laugh, and it's like, yeah, um, sometimes we really hone in on a teaching in our life that we really understand. And so thankfully, the luminous body, the rainbow body, the chakra body, and breathing that body open to light yourself up. And that's what Trent would always say. He's like, there she goes again, lighting up hearts. And now he's doing it on this like epic scale.
But
Um,
then you become a vessel of attraction. Good
Absolutely.
things. I mean, then you are living in magic and miracles. You see a sign here. I've been seeing squirrels playing on my deck. while we've been talking, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
and
beautiful. And then
yeah,
you open up the books and you're like, well, what is squirrel? And then you start
exactly.
kind of digging deeper in, and it's like, oh, these mysteries are everywhere, you know? Um, yeah. So breath work is definitely a tool to light up your vessel. Sometimes the vessel, I'm saying vessel as body, let's go to language. I'm saying body, vessel. Um, Look at the light even just piercing through here, right?
I
Like
know.
when you think about if you look outside and you see the way the sun pierces through the trees, the light's going to get through where it can move, right? So if your vessel, if your body is blocked, if it is full of anger, if it is full of grief, if it is full of impurities and toxicity, and only you know because it's your body, so you know if I'm speaking to that and your body's like, oh, I kind of feel that. It's like, okay, well, that's an invitation to cleanse and to clear. And there's nothing more powerful than breath work. You, Anna, taught me this over a decade ago. You used to say to me, Jada Fire, I'm high on my breath. I get high on my breath. And it is so true. Like when we sit in yoga and we move and breathe, and yoga, it's not about looking good in spandex tights, okay? Where we're going, where we've been going in yoga is like we are healing and feeling and attuning our body so that we can feel the miracle, that we could be that hollow bone. So when the sunlight and the starlight and the moonlight pierce through, you can inhale and you can draw that right through your body and you can feel vitality. Yeah. And when you're tapped into that, not only some of the benefits as well, aside from connecting to your angels and to your higher knowing, getting clear to hear, is you ward off illnesses, the
Hmm.
common colds and the things that go on. You want to stay healthy and vital, you breathe, you do the breath work, you do the movement, you take care of your body. You love this vessel. This is here. We are here in our sacred power on this earth. It is sacred to have life. And it is our responsibility to keep this vessel and this engine pure.
Hmm.
And, we're human. We get into battles and poisons and illnesses and complexities in life, and that's part of the human experience. But we also have an invitation to clean our vessel. And when we're clean, we feel the love. We feel that self-worthiness. We feel that invitation to be in partnership with spirit.
Well, I think that's part of the sad part of our society, and that's what is being called to be transformed. And that's what we are way showers of, is to reclaim our bodies as sacred, to reclaim our aliveness, because our society is set up with, instead of dealing with emotions, energy in motion moving through us, oh, suppress it. And so we
Yeah.
turn to, instead of feeling our feelings, we turn to overeating, over drinking, overworking, over shopping, over scrolling on the phone, whatever
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is. And if we can just sit in the stillness, open our ears, like you say, listen and feel,
Mhm.
there's a lot of aliveness happening there.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, and a lot of healing, says the Malachite, a lot of healing.
Mm,
And, I mean, let's just face it, humanity, we are all on the healing journey now. Whether you say that's mine, that's not mine, there is a collective, right? And so we are collectively healing. Um, and yeah, I feel like Trent, he made a really big breakthrough. And, I remember even months back, we were having conversations about our spiritual evolution and that. And he said something, it was so beautiful. He says, Jada, my time will come. And it really stood out when I think about that now. And it's like, yeah, it's here. Like he has made his breakthrough the way he needed to, and honoring and respecting his journey. And one thing I really want to share about this incredible warrior, really one, like the bravest man I've ever met, like just the biggest heart a human could
but
hold.
he was a gentle warrior,
You
gentle.
so yeah, like
Yeah.
such a deep well of love and compassion, would do anything for anyone, like wanted to just over deliver his heart medicine, right? But I think about him, and I think about how much of a dreamer, another card, the Herkimer Diamond of Dreams. He's such a dreamer, but his dreaming was and is so quantum. Like the quantum dreamer in him, like he needed to do what he's doing in a realm that could hold the capacity of that quantum dream, and ah, he's gonna guide us. He is. And I just want us to stay open to all of our angels, the grandmothers, the loved ones, the children, whoever's journeyed, who are the animals that are in a different plane. Like I have a dog. You knew my dog Choo Choo back.
Yes.
Yeah, he comes to me often, right? And it's just like, and this is why we get clear to hear, because
Mhm.
if we're watching television all day long, if we're numbing out all day long, like life is gonna feel dead. But there's more to it. Like look at the light piercing right through this screen,
Right.
right?
Well, right through your words, right through what
Yeah,
you're
he's
speaking.
given me the microphone. I've been saying, give me the global microphone. Let's talk about this
Oh my God.
now.
Well, so what I want to say too is that when someone passes, there is definitely grief, there's definitely sadness, there's definitely needing to learn how to ride the bicycle again in a whole new way because you've
Yeah.
lost your mate or whoever has transcended. But the other part of it that I think people miss, and what I see you really getting, is you gained a guardian angel.
Yeah, an angel guard for
Mm-hmm.
sure. And
Mm-hmm.
my son Satori and everyone who is also grieving him, but seeing that he's not gone. Like there is divine angelic support. And yeah, I never used those words angel guard before, but like I mean guardian,
Wow.
protector, like
Yeah. Beautiful.
yeah.
The other thing that I think of it, because it really is this energy of love is so transcendent beyond time and space. I have felt that, and you're feeling it too, is relationships never end. They just
Oof, yeah.
transform. They just
Yeah,
transform.
for sure. For sure. And I really wanted to record this too because I have so many loved ones and family around that are just, still in the shock, right? Of like, how does this just like happen? And how do we, integrate and calibrate? And there are real tools to help us do this. And thankfully, I said to my mom, if God only gives you what you can handle, like you must think I'm some superhero, right? And it's like, yeah, I guess I was ready for this. And I'm accepting the transmutation and the potential of receiving the miracle and the guidance, and to live my life in a very different way. And yeah, you get what you're ready for, I suppose, in life. And I'm ready to hold all the hearts that want to be held, and guide and be a radical leader of love with you, Anna, and with you, Tukai, and do the good work because we're
Well,
here till we'll know.
and what I'm witnessing with you, which is so profound and beautiful, is you're not going into the mundane. You're like, it's not about all the details of what happened and how did it happen and all of the how we can get into our head and the heaviness of it and the logistics. I mean, at some point we need to definitely not check out from all of that. But your focus is more, you really are stepping into this like, oh my God, I'm in this magical realm right now. And it's so beautiful to witness.
Yeah. But it took really touching a new bottom, right? Like it's like I'm in a real high moment on this call, and I love riding these high waves because they're beautiful when they're here. It doesn't mean that I've escaped being human, that I don't feel that like, yearning to be held and to hold and to like be in that physical dimension. And I do meet that depth, that like, oh, right. And but it's almost like, and this quote has guided me my entire life, which is the deeper the roots, Yeah, the higher the branches. So if I'm getting hollowed out, I'm definitely touching, and you are definitely touching when you're hollowed out, a new depth, a new bottom, a new root system that is going to help you, give you the foundational strength, like that root chakra, to, yeah, grow your garden and to let the branches really touch that realm of the stars and spirit.
And then
And
I'm just the opposite. I'm way up there. Woo! And my job has been to root, ground.
well, how many times have I told you, Anna, right? You need to put rocks in your pocket.
Right, right.
I'll hold her here.
Oh my God, because
So,
you're Aries, I'm Libra. It's that polarity too. It's so
sure.
crazy. And even when I look at the portal, like your portal and his portal were the cardinal cross. The portals that you guys came in on, but they're not in exact degree, but they are that. And then he
Oh,
led what? Yeah.
I think like I'm feeling that. That's like the axis mundi, which is, I just want to say, because a lot of people, my mom and a lot of people who maybe just, what is this medicine wheel? What is this? I don't understand
Mhm.
it. And if you think about it, to me, my explanation fundamentally is, Mom, it's like church before there was church, right? It's like these are ancient
Yeah,
teachings. Like
yeah.
there was an axis mundi, the four directions. Well, now we have a cross, right? It's all the same. We're all in
Beautiful.
prayer.
Right.
There is
Right.
no such thing as suffering, just a deepening of prayer. Right? So it's like, I feel like the message he's really bringing in strong is that you know, that separation around your God, my God, God, goddess, axis mundi, sign of the cross, it is the same. There is unity here, right? And we get to believe that and know that and feel that and let that in, right? Like we're all equal.
Totally, totally. And we've been, don't buy into the programming that wants to keep us separate, us and them consciousness. That
Yeah.
that that cross is also in Egyptian, the foundation of light. That's the foundation
Right. And
of
the loop
light.
and the ankh. I love the ankh, the Egyptian ankh, which is the cross with that beautiful loop over the top, which really brings that marriage of the feminine and the masculine
Hmm.
energy, the god and the goddess right there together again, right? It's like, and once you marry that energy right inside your vessel, there's your enlightenment, right? So these are the things that Anna and I both teach. And do you want to speak to some of the things you got coming up in case some listeners want to do some astrology with you
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah. I want to go back to just looking at and observing you, and then looking at some of the astrology. I mean, it's an interesting thing when people transcend. It's their new birth. They got it's their new birth astrology, actually. So I
Mhm.
don't know if I mentioned that earlier. So they are actually being birthed into another dimension. I want to, and I'll tell about my astrology, but I want to really say with Trent transcending that he did it between an eclipse, in the midst of an eclipse. And so this is a portal, and it's a portal of we come in on these portals on a soul level. And he also, not only did he do that, he left. I don't know whether it was 2 days or one day before, it could have been the exact same day, but it was the culmination of the sun and Venus coming together. So the luminaries in the sky, sun is the biggest, moon is the second, and Venus is the third. So Venus has its own beautiful dance. And so he basically, it's called a cazimi when Venus is in the heart of the sun. And before all of this happened, I'm already thinking, wow, people want to go to Mars. That's the wrong direction. That's very third dimensional. Venus creates a 5-pointed star, so it's transcending into the fifth dimension. And so when I
Mhm.
found out that it was like just like it could have been, we don't really know, but it could have been the same day or one day before. And I had already been thinking about this. We need to learn how to dissolve into that fifth dimension, into that the heart of the sun. We need to move towards the sun, not away from it. And when Venus comes in there, and it's a beautiful magical dance around the sun with Venus and the earth that creates this fifth harmonic. And so it was
Mm.
a trip to look at it, and it was like, oh my God, he went into the heart of the sun when he
Mm.
transcended, you
I
know?
guess that's what a luminous warrior would do.
Exactly, exactly. And I just want to show this. There's two different pictures. This one is the five-pointed star that is created. It's like a harmonic mandala over eons of time. It's been happening for eons of time, and it will continue to happen. And the way it works is this is the sun, this is Venus, and that's Earth. And they go around the sun and they create this beautiful little cat and mouse dance as they create, or Venus creates this beautiful five-pointed petal, harmonic. And so I feel that this idea, because Jada, we're going to continue this concept of promoting transcendence instead of the D word, right? Um, but that we are transcending into the light, that we are actually, and transcendence. I mean, if we want to use the word death, just so people know what we're talking about, it when you do that, there is actually a healing that happens, and I think you are actually feeling, because you were so connected to him, you're feeling his deep healing, that
Yeah,
you
yeah. Oh,
experience.
yeah. I've been watching his journey and in the physical plane, when you actually go through a medicine wheel teaching, you learn the cardinal directions, the archetypes, you go through the healer and the warrior and the teacher and the visionary. And he is like, oh, he's moved like through his own wheel of time. And he's really in the space now of the eagle, the owl, the hawk, like the winged one. And that is his spirit name, which is the power of the heart. And it's this, take the ego out, put the eagle in, like really going higher, go higher, go higher. And that's what we used to like fist bump each other, that like go higher, we go higher, no, go higher, like, and just like hold each other accountable to that, which is no surprise because his birthday's coming on Tuesday and this is our fire ceremony. I feel like I'm going to stand in the east with him. Yeah. So just
Wow.
like,
And you both were Aries, bumping each other, high five, high five. Yeah.
I do want to say what's coming in strong too right now is, anyone listening to this is a really strong invitation to forgive.
Mm.
And so if that's like the forgiveness of yourself, of something that maybe you abandoned or you neglected, or just a hurt piece inside of you, he wants, and I want, and we want the forgiveness. And that is the greatest golden key to unlock any healing of any kind. So yeah, maybe spend some time today choosing to forgive, and know that that's available in the highest vibratory frequency of love.
That's actually aligns perfectly with what the direction of the global collective is, because it's North Node Pisces is where it is right now. Those nodes continue to move, and Pisces is about forgiveness, is about compassion, is about understanding that we're all connected and we mean no
Sure.
harm to each other. I mean, that's the positive expressions of that. But I didn't also, you wanted me to ask, you wanted me to share about my astrology. What I want to invite people to do is to sign up for my Venus Vibes, because every month on YouTube, I do a Venus Vibe video. And sometimes I do Venus Vibes updates, because I really feel, because Venus is the metaphor for love, but I feel she actually vibrates the frequency of love. And so, everyone talks about Mercury retrograde or where the moon is, and those are valid, very powerful. But giving, when you give your attention to Venus and tune into her, she has many gifts to offer you. And so, as Venus is the representative of love and relationship, but she's also the representative of money and abundance. So every month on YouTube, minimum every month, I do my Venus Vibes, and I'll have a link down below for my Venus Vibes. You just have to sign up, and then you'll actually get some emails educating you a little bit more on how this happens and what that's about and the benefits of that and how that can really enhance your life and your relationships, because that's my specialty, is helping, don't ask me astrologically where to live on the planet or what stocks to buy, but if you want to have a better relationship with yourself and those that you love dearly, then I can really tell you via your astrology, how to enhance and how to use your gifts and what transits what influences you're under currently, to magnify and give you the support and to gain more clarity in your life around your love and relationships and any of your frustrations. So it's very
Yeah.
inspirational. I just gave a couples reading yesterday, and that was so much fun. It's so fun. And I see the magic in that. You and I are coming together today and on the 11th, right? Right. It's 1/1. And just yesterday, I did this like profound 2-hour couples astrology reading. And they are like trendsetters for the new way of relating and connecting, not the old way where we become each other's wounders, but rather being a conscious co-creators by doing your own side of the work, clean your side of the street. And it was just so beautiful to be able to support a couple that is transcending higher consciousness relationships. And it's not that it's easy, it's not easy, but to be able to support them in that journey. They're both massage
Yeah.
therapists. We actually did trade, so I get 2 massages.
Oh, well, may the healing continue. And those who are ready, just reach out, right? Reach out to Anna, reach out to me. Yeah, the May challenge is all of May, so details coming, and it'll all be soon up on wolfkin.ca.
And
And
it's going to be a link down here too.
and
So,
Anna-Thea.org is how to find our beautiful Anna-Thea. And yeah, I'm looking forward to more co-creations with you, Anna. I
let's
love
help
you so much.
people transcend.
Yeah, transcend. And it was so funny. I was just driving down the to my place yesterday, and there's this trailer, and it's just like transcend. Like the letters couldn't be any bigger. I was just like the blaring signs everywhere. I love it.
Well, remember we were on the phone, and then I get in my car. You're saying, come up for the ceremony. And then I get into my car, and automatically Trent had activated one of your podcasts, one of your audios, which was powerful. And then I'm driving and I see a big van that says Jada Windows. But when I thought about it later, windows are a portal also. I mean,
Well,
I'm like, woo, I got a little power of that magic.
window. Are all the windows. Yeah, the windows, the eyes are the windows to the soul.
Yes,
And
yes.
and the
But I
soul
mean,
is eternal.
I think that, what I think we need to, what I want to say is actually right now to the listeners, there's miracles happening in your life right now. All you have
Now.
to do is like pay attention and
Yeah.
look for them, because sometimes they're there and we miss them, so and celebrate them when they present themselves too.
Absolutely. And know that you're so worthy to receive them. And that's like the work that I've been doing in these last few decades, is really coming into that deep, deep self-love. Because when you can love your vessel, your body, your path, your journey, your connection, it just amplifies the magnitude of love, and that love begins inside. So yeah, all the yoga and all the dance, actually we put on the schedule for June 7th to the 9th is a deep self-love retreat up in the beautiful yurt. I call it the womb cocoon, but it also now has the name, the Tukai Temple. We have an event coming up there at the end of the month that's pretty much sold out right now. It's a beautiful sound journey with my sister Tina. So yeah, the journey continues, and we just keep creating. We just keep creating and keep the prayers high and the gratitude. Let that bring more love, and just, yeah, remember, right? Those wins, like seeing the signs on the side of a vehicle, or honoring the signs that come in. Like, let that be a real win for you. And the more you can appreciate
Mhm.
that, the more will come, and the more you'll see, and you'll start to just light up your heart, light up your own heart. So yeah.
Yeah, and you know
You
what
feeling?
I love seeing with you too is witnessing your how spirit moves through your words, both spoken and written. You're very poetic. You're extremely poetic. You are already, you know. And so capturing those words. Actually,
Thanks.
you know what else I want to say? What I just realized? You're a queen of clubs and I'm a queen of hearts. So queens are here for service to humanity. And and this is and so it's kind of like the head and the heart, blending the masculine and the feminine,
Right.
awakening the heaven and the earth, being luminaries for a new message on how to live your life, you know? I mean, it's really beautiful. And I just feel so grateful. Our suns are in a certain position. Oh, yeah, they're opposite each other. And so these luminaries because it's Aries and Libra. I don't know exactly what degree. But yours is 3 degrees, mine is 2 degrees. So they're just like right there close and they're just beaming their light, you know? And so one way it can be competition, but the other way is
Co-creation.
no, admiration. So, you have always given me this. I love what you do is you honor women that are older than you, you know? You're always like tripping
And
on.
younger.
No, 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 no. But I mean, I've always noticed how you engage older women, you know? You don't just
Yeah.
shelf them. You actually engage because you know that they have wisdom to share. And
Oh,
so
so
I,
much.
I feel you've admired me. And I mean, how can anyone not admire you? You're like always blazing a trail, you know?
You know what?
There
Light
goes
it
Jimmy
up.
Fire.
Here till I'm not. I may as well burn as bright as I can and honor this gift of life,
Oh
right?
my God.
And let's go, right? Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. Just make sure you get some good sleep though, honey.
Yeah, I am actually. I'm sleeping real good. Dream catchers and crystals over my head, and yeah, a lot of prayers before going to sleep, a lot of dreams. Got Torchy Bear and Marshmallow, the animals sleeping with me. That's so sweet. Yeah, love your animals. Love your
Yeah, well,
allies.
Gracie was just winding up a storm. She finally walked away. I have a beautiful little kitty. I was going to pull her up and let you guys see her. She's a beautiful, kind of white Siamese with beautiful blue eyes. But our
Mhm.
animals are sacred, and having a sacred relationship with them as well is so important. Yeah, just feeling the sacredness of every moment. Like when I get down, I stop and I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Life is sacred. Life's
And
sacred.
life is a ceremony.
Yeah,
Just let it be. Let
yeah.
it be.
We're in a
Yeah.
dance. We're in a dance.
Mhm.
All
All
right.
right, sweet. Let's close this window, this portal for now, and let that beautiful wisdom and love that came in, truth that came in for you, emanate and illuminate your body and your day. So stay in touch and reach out. We're here for you. Both Anna and I are divine feminine leaders, teachers of light, of love, and we're here. We're here for you. So
We're here.
anytime,
Yeah.
doubt, and we'll keep lighting up hearts together.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
stay connected. Namaste.
Namaste.